before he became president. The Supreme Court ruled that during the McCarthy era, meaning the House Un-American Activities era, that Congress, you have to have a legislative reason to violate a person's privacy via tax returns. This is the ground zero of privacy. Let's bring in the chair and co-founder of Annandale Capital, George See. Great to have you on, George. What's your reaction?
Thanks, Liz. Well, I think there's two good reasons for disclosure, and there's two reasons not to do so that favor the president. One is that every president since Nixon and every presidential candidate has released them. Also, it's good to have full and fair disclosure for the American people. But for the president's side, the Democrats are on a 4-year fishing expedition looking for the Moby Dick of Trump scandals, whether it's collusion or obstruction or tax returns. Now we're on tax returns. So also, I think the legal basis they're citing for their ability to access his returns is thin beer at best. So I totally get why he's telling them they basically should stand down and forget it.
I hear what you're saying, George. I hear your approach to both sides of it. Here's the thing. They're playing with fire because that code that they're citing, 6103, says the president himself can try to get every Democrat's tax returns. This is about the Constitution. It's about the 4th and 5th Amendment, George.
It's also about being a statesman and not being a political actor all the time. And they're constantly playing politics, and they ought to think about what's best for the country. And all this squabbling over this is taking us away from much more substantive, important issues like the border crisis we're dealing with.
Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin really went at it with Maxine Waters. Watch this fight.
If you'd wish to keep me here so that I don't have my important meeting and continue to grill me, then we can do that. I will cancel my meeting and I will not be back here.
The secretary has agreed to stay to hear all of the rest of the members.
Okay,
please
so
cancel your meeting and respect our time.
Who
is next on the list?
My foreign meeting. You're instructing me to stay here and I should cancel.
No, you just made me an offer.
No, I didn't make you an offer.
You made me an offer that I accepted. You are free to leave anytime you want. You may go anytime you want.
Please dismiss everybody. I believe you're supposed to take the gravel and bang it.
Please do not instruct me as to how I'm to conduct this committee.
Okay, and then this happened, George. I want to get your reaction to this. Maxine Waters is trying to claim that the public is demanding to see the president's tax returns. Watch this.
The president has reportedly vowed to take this to the Supreme Court. Is the president's tax returns, is that worth this kind of a fight?
I think that's a fight that the public wants us to fight. They want to see those tax returns. He said he would give those tax returns. Every other president has released those tax returns, and that's a fight that we should have.
Well, not every other president. It's been sort of a tradition since the Nixon era. Your take on what Maxine Waters said?
I think it's great political theater, but down in Texas, what she said is grade A Oscar Mayer baloney. It's all politics, it's all silly, and most Americans are not paying attention to this, and I think it'll go away soon. Although I would say that the tension between the executive branch and the legislative branch is good for the governing process and good for the country and great for Republicans, getting a contrast between the president and what Americans would get if he's not reelected.
All right, George See., thanks for your insights there. Come back soon. Just ahead of the
Liz.
evening edit. Now look at this, what President Trump is now talking about. He wants a Middle East peace accord between the Israelis and the Palestinians.